Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire allotment on what is a very warm muggy day here actually, but it's drizzling and so we're still getting the rain, and which is a good thing. It's filling my water pots up nicely. Now here are my rose bushes and they're just going off, but luckily there's some new flowers coming, so these are not being taken off, called deadheading, and that will encourage the other flowers to continue growing and to bloom. Now hidden amongst this lot are a great surprise and I can't wait to show you. So sit back, relax, put your feet up and welcome once again to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Here I am amongst, the hidden raspberry bush. And I say bush, there's two here. There's a young one, and this is one of the young ones shoots, and it's gone a bit leggy, it's shooting up, but that's because there's a big bush here behind me, and this massive, great big thing, I hadn't realised how unruly it had got on, and it had taken over this entire area and pushing and hiding the sun and the light from this beautiful raspberry bush. So that's been cut back. It's amazing what the rain can do actually. It's got some more to be cut back, and well, I might have to actually lob a bit off the bottom as well because it's getting rather large and unruly really for what I need in this space. And the other day I was walking past and I just happened to glance down, and it's one of those things when you've got busy and you've got other things to do, you forget sometimes about your fruits that you've got. And here I had my raspberry bush, and these are the ones I got years and years ago. They're about 3 years old now. And every Christmas and in the fall, they get cut back and they grow, and very unsuccessfully in the past couple of years have I had any raspberries off. But this year, my goodness me, well, let's get rid of that green thing, whatever that is. We have some whoppers of a raspberry. They're almost big as my thumbnail, absolutely fantastic, and they are brilliant. Got quite a few here, and now I know they're there, the more I pick, hopefully, the more we'll get. And it's just amazing. They look fantastic. Unfortunately, I didn't mean to, but two have come off. I'm going to pop those and see whether they'll just, turn red. You'll never know. Or should I say pink? A beautiful pink. Again, aren't I the lucky one? A beautiful. And what I've done is actually with this beautiful set of raspberries here, I've put a frame up now so that they're structured. I can keep an eye on them. I can also work out where they're coming from because I can get in behind them now, having cut the big bush down, and so I can maintain them, and well, I can water them where they need them. Although, by the height of them, I don't think I need to water very much, do you? So, I've got my shears out, my pruning cutters, because I'm going to tackle another vegetable here that's got a bit out of hand, and fingers crossed it works. Here I am down amongst my potatoes, and these are the salad blues here, and these are a later one that I've put in also. Can't remember the name of that one at the moment. The problem I've had is I think they've bolted, as I was saying the other day. They've got massive, huge leaves on them. The heads are incredible. Some of the stalks are almost the size of really mature rhubarb, really thick. So what I've done is I've tackled them as though I would if actually we thought they might have potato blight. I've done this in the past. I've chopped them all off. They've got about 12 inches or so, maybe a little longer stems left, because what I want to do now is try and encourage them to produce potatoes. Because even the new variety that I've got in front of me here, which I hope you can see, I've dug a few of those up the day for tea, hoping they were a bit like the Cara potatoes behind me, which are doing really well. They weren't. I got 2 potatoes off one plant. Again, I think they've bolted. And that's a combination, again, of the heat we had early on, even though I watered them really well, and of course the amount of rain we've had. And now you'd think, wouldn't you, the amount of rain we've had, we're producing really good potatoes. So I've done what I've done with it. I did have potato blight. I've cut them right back in the hope, actually. There's one here I've missed, and it's, again, look at the length of that. And I'm going to clear all this ground up in the hope that we can get some potatoes out of it. Now, I'll just get rid of that a moment. Now, on here, which is funny, we've actually got little, they look like potatoes. I presume they also look a little like strawberries. I presume maybe they might be seed pods. I'm not quite sure. But I've never seen them at all. Let's have a close. Oh yeah, the seeds in there. And so they look like that's where we get the potato. I've never known that. I've never known. Isn't that funny what you don't know? You know some things and you don't know others. Now, what's fantastic is our lovely pumpkin here is doing really well for that one too. It's growing right beneath here. It's got some flowers on. It's got a little, I'll take a photograph because you're a bit far away, a little round ball on the end. And let's hope that is either a butternut squash, a normal squash, or a pumpkin. Because the leaves look identical, it's amazing. Everything's going really well in the greenhouse, speaking of large leaves. And, well, I have my first cucumber. Yes, outside cucumber, amazing. So we're first one. In fact, let's go over there and have a look. Well, I'm just weeding it. And you know what, after all this rain, it's quite simple. When they get to this big, and I know it's like a huge thing, they're a lot easier to pick up by hand. And then you know the area's been done. And it looks a lot better. Of course, you can use your hoe. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you, but there. Just get rid of those. Now, here I am next to my cucumber plant. Now, it's not the biggest cucumber plant because it's been outdoors and it's survived really well, actually. And, well, here we are. I'm just going to tape it up. These are, I shouldn't really use plastic ties, but that's the only thing I've got at the moment. I've run out of my cloth ones and I can't find my string. So, that will very gently there. Just hold that there, so that my cucumbers can come. And I've actually got 3 cucumbers coming, which means if I cut this one off here, and now this variety is a Beth Alpha variety, and that's the size it should be. Look at that, beautiful little perfect cucumber. And they're really, really tasty. You can of course just peel the skins off if you want with a little potato peeler and just chop them without the, obviously if you do use the skins, wash them. Even though I'm organic here, and I say I'm organic because obviously I don't use any pesticides. I use nature, and we try every which way we can to help them with food that we've made as organic food, plant foods, all those things without any chemicals in whatsoever. And let's see, there's another weed. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, it's really brilliant to have these, isn't it lovely? Because once you pick one, these other 2 will come in no time, and the plant will start growing. It's brilliant that actually it survived outside because they do like warmth, but you can grow them outside now. Also, time of year, you have to now look at your tomatoes and make sure you take all the side shoots out of the V's. And also you can make sure, look at the bottom, see here, look, is what I call a wandering plant. And it's unfortunate, it's coming right from the base. Now, I don't want that. It seems really harsh, I know, so I'm going to very carefully cut, make sure it's the right one. I'm cutting that out because I don't want all of the energies to go into producing an extra set of leaves. I'd rather just have one stem coming up, and then these lovely little flowers that are coming here will turn into really nice tomatoes, and I'll get like quite a lot. I've got some lovely tomatoes coming all over the joint, all over the place. I now need to get some more stakes to stake all these ones up in the air. And as I say here, look, put that on my lap, we've got lots of side shoots coming on this one. It's incredible how fast, even when you've picked them, that they can grow a side shoot this big. We don't want those. We want all the energy, as I say, up to the top, producing beautiful, beautiful tomatoes. Did I say strawberry earlier? I hope not. Oh, it is lovely to be around all this beautiful greenery. Yes, I think I'm going to be here for a while, taking out all of the weeds that I've let get ahead of myself. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, by the way, whilst I was here the other night, I happened to look through when I got a torch or something like that. And I've no marigolds left. They've all gone, and I know why. Take a look at this picture. Look at the size of that. Huge slug eating my marigolds. Well, at least it was doing what it's supposed to do, detract from the tomatoes. Luckily, I've got a few more marigolds inside. They're French ones. They're about this big at the moment, but they will come in here. And I know it's a bit of a sacrifice, but I'm really sorry. Sorry, marigolds. Well, as the rain comes down here on the allotment, it's time for me to head on indoors to check on my loofahs and my squash, butternut squashes in there, and of course my tomato plant, and then back into this one to look at these tomatoes here. There's lots and lots to do. There's still time to sow and plant. In fact, I'll put at the end of the show a list of what you can still plant. You've got carrots, you've got spring cabbages, you can put peas in. There's lots and lots of things that you can still plant and sow at this time of year, to fill those beds in maybe that you've taken potatoes out of perhaps, and lots and lots of things to continue doing. Although it is nice actually to allow the soil just to recover and also to give us a breath while we're here on the allotment. Thank you once again for watching. It's great. I've had a lovely day. Isn't it lovely to have fresh raspberries, a little cucumber, the first of many I know. And you know, to top it all off, I've got another Victoria Cross poppy. I think they've been the find of the year so far. Well, once again, thanks very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire allotment adventures. Before I go though, I'd just like to say that I found out that there were adverts before these videos. I'd like to say that I have nothing to do with those adverts. I don't make any money from them. I'm not sponsored in any way. I wish I was some days. I'm not sponsored in any way by anybody. I do this for the love. I love hearing all about your stories. I love talking to people around the world. And yes, it's around the world. We've got people all over the place. And isn't that lovely that we're a big Yorkshire family? So remember next time, get your cup and put your feet up and watch the show. I know many of you, believe it or not, put me on your TV. Isn't that fantastic? Well, that's really, really lovely to know. I look forward to seeing you next time. And well, it's still time to sow things, believe it or not. I know we're into July. You can put carrots in still, you can put spring cabbages, you can put all sorts of... In fact, what I'll do is I'll pop a list at the end of the show of all the things you can sow right now. And, well, getting prepared and ready for next year. I'm off now to have a few strawberries and see how beautiful this little cucumber is. Thanks for watching again. Ta-da for now.